Well, you can zoom in and out of this. It's like similar to what I remember from before. I'm sure a lot of it's changed. There's that OP water ore from before. Heals all injured allies within a doing it as the healing scales with your intelligence. 1 health for every 2 points of int. Yeah. Needs to be way more. So I mean, I've done wizard, healer, battle mage area, warrior, barbarian, athlete, survivor, beastmaster. I definitely did a ranger, right? We did a ranger in there, an assassin. I don't know, to be fair, how much of stuff they changed. Attack faster with 200 weapons. Shockwave when you parry, attack or overpower an enemy. Since we're playing solo right now, I think some form of self-sustain would be good too. So I think we might have to dip into the healer area a bit anyways. Two health for every 2 points of intelligence. How much health do we have? Like, is that a lot? We have 75 health. It's just like a little bit of sustain. Probably between encounters and stuff, so you don't have to chug food. You're killed by an enemy odds within 50 meters. Heal 50% max HP. Additionally, they receive a final blessing, increasing their max health by 100 for 15 minutes. Blink. Damage enemies with wands. Oh yeah, and wands are like giga OP. They just balance some wizard stuff again now too. Damaging enemies with wands has a chance to recover mana. Maximum health is increased 5-fold by your intelligence attribute. When equipped with a melee weapon, you can perform an evade attack which dashes towards the enemy and deals more weapon damage with LMB. Special attack increases an enemy's stun bar twice as much when a hit. Shield allies and yourself, reducing incoming damage by 10%. Whenever an ally draws the attention of an enemy, you draw it in equal measures. That's tanky stuff, yeah. Obviously, it's called tank. Allows you to attack faster with one-handed swords and axes. Trigger shockwave when you parry an enemy or overpower an enemy. Attack. The shockwave pushes back nearby enemies. It also increases their stun bar. To overpower an enemy, feel those stun by attacking. Yeah. Heavy spec. That's ook. Your parry bashes an enemy for 20 blunt damage. The damage is increased by strength attribute. When equipped with a melee weapon, you can perform a jump attack, which deals 50% more damage in a small blast radius. The jump attack costs stamina according to the weapon's weight. Does not work with tools. Allows jumping a second time while airborne. 1 additional food slot. Speaking of which. Oh, here we go. We're starving now. That's what happens. Oh god, yeah, we just die. Okay. So food just rapidly decreases. Let me put down... your health just rapidly decreases if you haven't eaten. Let's put this down real quick. And cook some stuff. Place it in the action bar and select it. Press LMB to cook. I gotta hold. I just made tar. I burned my meat chat. I left it on that fire too long. Seems you can kind of game... Seems you can kind of game the starvation thing, right? It just restarts your 10 minutes of being starved if you just eat berries real quick. So you can kind of cheese it that way. I guess what they need to do is probably add a penalty to the actual... They need a penalty to being hungry. TWW pre-patch sucks ass, apparently. Why is that? I assume just because it's laggy and stuff and people are angry about it. What kind of builds are there? Did you see what I was looking at, Stone? I don't know if you asked that before I started looking at it. There isn't really anything to it. Gotcha. So your standard World of Warcraft expansion pre-patch. Toilet in the corner. Toilet's wherever I want it to be. I built a house. Chat, it's just the easiest. You need 4 walls and a roof, alright? You make it pretty later. Whoops. I'm really mad about that thing. Wait, you can also... How did repairing work in this? Build, remove, undo. There's a way to repair. I can't remember now. Huh. Oh well. Okay, I just want to get a proper food buff up. There we go. What were we doing? We were looking at skills. Or were we survivor? Greatly increases zoom while aiming with a bow. And we did the bow stuff. Bow didn't feel great, but then, I mean, there's been a lot of balance and stuff since then. You know, multi-shot using regular arrows, 20% chance to spawn a flurry of arrows that spread slightly. So it costs additional arrows, but will not trigger on special arrows. When you draw your bow while in the air, your fall is slowed for a short time. Gives shot. Every shot gives you a small push to get more air time. Fuse our ranged explosives with mana. They now stun enemies. Press the jump button while gliding to give you a small height boost. The skill can be used once per flight. A magic-powered punch that pushes and stuns foes replaces your unarmed attack as long as you have the necessary mana. Scoring a critical hit with a spell. There's a 50% chance to spawn 2 health, mana, and or stamina orbs. Gathering orbs replenishes 10% of the respective resource. When your mana drops below 20%, you restore up to 35% of your max mana at the cost of 1 health per mana. This will stop at 1 health 2 minutes before it can trigger again. On a critical hit with a spell, the target will be stunned for 4 seconds. Spirit. Intelligence. Increases mana by 20. Intelligence increases magic damage by 5 per. Int. So receiving damage, there's a 20% chance to reflect 50% of the damage back to the attacker's fire damage. This can only... this magical attack can trigger other skills. The base duration for the rested buff is increased by 5 minutes. Increase the comfort in your home to increase the duration. Sneak attack deals 10 times damage to unaware enemies. I don't think that's going to be... That kind of build is going to be very good. A for solo, B in this difficulty. Because this difficulty also just has more enemies. It's not just harder enemies. Like, it's going to be hard to solo sneak around killing everything. Like, we need sustain. We're probably going to end up... Like basically like a little backstab rogue. It just ain't going to be it, dude. It ain't going to be it here. Stabs required to charge up spells. All fire damage increases by an additional 10%. All fell foes within 10 meters take 1 fire damage per intelligence per second. All fell foes intimidate. Yeah. Attacking with a magical weapon, all damage is increased. Spirit, thunder, lightning. Attacking with a magical weapon. A critical hit with a magical weapon. The attack will automatically hit a second time within 15 meters for 5 shock damage per intelligence. Mr. Animal, you want your lunch, don't you? Shroud damage is increased by an additional 10%. All shroud damage is increased by an additional 20%. When killing an enemy with a magic weapon, you have 10% chance to summon a friendly skull companion. Or Kala ran that. Ice damage. Slowed if the attacker hits you. Healer. Revive players again. Martyr. Can blink while being stunned. This will break the stun state. Blinking into an enemy triggers an explosion which deals fire damage in a small range. Spirit. You need 3 instead of 6 seconds to revive an ally. What allies? Successful parry, gain mana. Damaging enemies with wands is a 24% chance to cover mana. Attacking with a wand is 30% chance to spawn an additional projectile that deals 50% damage. Wand projectiles have 25% chance not to consume durability. Repeated wand damage is increased by 20%. When killing an enemy with a magic weapon, all players within 15 meters of the target gain health equal to 3 times your intelligence. That's new. I don't remember that. Maximum health is increased by 5-fold by your intelligence attribute. I think we might just go battle mage shit. I think we just might go battle of the mage. Legion of Visions were good? Yeah, they were. I mean, you know, for like a few days. When dealing critical damage with your melee weapon, you'll heal 5% of your max health. A lot of critty stuff. Constitution does what? 50 health. Physical armor grants 10% more physical res. Amount of physical damage your armor can mitigate is increased by 10%. There are 3 or more enemies within 20 meters. You suffer 15% less magical damage. When you suffer magical damage, you have a 10% chance to generate 1 mana for each health point lost. Restores 10% mana on triggering Merciless. How's Merciless? How's the Merciless attack? Oh. Perform a Merciless attack by pressing E to deal massive damage to an enemy you've overpowered. Okay. Damage you deal from behind 25%. Increased multiplier for Merciless attack and sneak attack 100%. Parry now increases an enemy's stun bar more. Whenever an ally... 3 or more enemies, you suffer 10% less physical. You'll gain 1 constitution for each 2 levels of flame. Increases strength, which is melee damage. After defeating a shroud-infested foe with melee weapon, you replenish 5 seconds of shroud time. When attacking with a melee weapon, all damage is increased by 10%. All melee piercing damage is increased by an additional 10%. I think you can respec in this. I think you can respec in this. I can't remember how the respecing works in this. All melee cutting damage is increased by 10%. Piercing damage, blunt damage. Oops. When attacking with a melee weapon, your critical hit chance is increased by 10%. Meat now increases health by an additional 15%. Enemy stun bars increased by an additional 20% when attacking to the block with a melee weapon. Pickaxe deals 30% more damage against stone objects, including resource veins. Battle Mage? Battle Mage is good. How many people can you play this with? I actually don't remember how many people can be on one server. Certainly more than 4, because we had 6 or 7 at one point. Maybe 8? 16? I don't know. Definitely not 4. You can get quite a few. When you miner says you have 10% chance to get 1 additional. Tools lose durability slower. Felling axes do 30% more damage against trees. Strength, con. An overpowered enemy suffers 100% more melee damage for 3 seconds. Dealing critical damage with two-handed weapon increases your critical chance by another 10% for the next hit. When an enemy is killed within 10 meters with a melee weapon, the damage done by melee weapons is increased by 20% for 10 seconds. Defeating an enemy with a melee weapon restores 1 durability to that weapon. When equipped with a melee weapon, you can perform John. We read that one already. Strength. When enemy weapons and daggers have 20% chance not to lose durability. Spawn a health orb after defeating an enemy with a sneak attack or merciless attack. Sprinting speed increased 10% and stamina consumption decreased 10%. Stamina consumption for sprinting on dirt roads reduced from 90 to 80. And a stone road 75 to 50. Jump attack 2. Chance to spawn a stam orb when defeating an enemy with a bow. All damage done from the back is increased by 30%. Stamina consumption while climbing is reduced. Health, mana, and stam orbs restore 30% instead of 10 of their respective resource. Health and mana potions restored 20% more. Base stam regen 50%. Yeah, stam's like really important. Stam regen from sweets, dex, endurance, from what I remember. experience increases stam. Max shroud time increased by 2 minutes, allowing you to explore for longer. 5 minutes. Poison res increased 10%. You also gain 25% chance to avoid being poisoned. Increase the damage of your next bow attack by 50% after a dagger crit. Increases damage dealt with daggers by 15%. Increases chance to poison enemies to 25%. Increases the damage dealt with poison blades dagger perk by 100%. Briefly enhances your block value on blocking the dual daggers, ensuring a near miss parry reduces stamina minimally. Fuko within 50 meters. Oh, those are like monster types. Wild animals within 50 meters. Gain 1 endurance for every 2 levels of the flame. All damage with ranged weapons decreased by 10%. 20%. 50% damage to ranged enemies. Enemy's head is increased by 20%. Damage against flying enemies is increased by 30%. A bunch of passive stats. Crit chance, crit damage, it's big for basically all the builds. All arrow, including special arrows, can trigger multi-shot. Has a 25% chance to spawn additional projectile to your flurry of arrows from the multi-shot skill. This additional projectile does not subtract from ammunition stack. Movement speed while sneaking. Gliders consume less stam. Attacking with a ranged weapon, your critical hit chance is increased by 10%. Dealing critical strike with a ranged weapon restores 5 stam. Critical hit with a bow regenerate 20 mana. Defeating fatal enemy with headshot. Your group gains an additional 5 experience points. For every target you hit with an explosive arrow, its damage is increased by 1%. Enemy hit with explosive arrow has 20% chance to trigger a secondary explosion for 50% damage in smaller radius. Okay. It's 16, yeah. There you go. Go chat. I think we go Battle Mage with a sprinkle of tank and healer. Again, considering we're solo, yeah. We're solo in the hardest difficulty. So we need survivability. I think we need some parrying stuff. It's just, do we want to go melee or wands? I think wands is safer, especially for ranged enemies is the thing. You could always whip out a wand and have both, though. It's not like we have to choose and then we're stuck with that forever. Might want to consider going into the wizard area a bit, too. And getting some stam stuff would be really helpful as well. I don't know if we can go all the way out here, too. But getting that would be super big. Just because of the crit chance, right? There's a whole bunch of, like, if you crit, this happens stuff. Where was there was a new survivability one that I just saw a second ago. I don't remember. Killing enemy with magic. You gain health, yeah. So I think we're going to go in Battle Mage direction for now. And then, yeah. I don't... Does anyone remember how respecking works in this game? Merciless attack could be Pog as well. Farming stuff at the beginning is going to help too, though. But let's go down here for now. I don't really care about the parry, though. What is this stat again? 1 intelligence for every 2 levels of flame. Max health is increased 5-fold by your intelligence. Maybe we can get, like, Giga Tanky over here. Okay, let's go here. I don't really care for this, though, is the problem. But we can't access this tree without it, so it is what it is. Okay. Hey, it's me. I'm bald. Okay. Let's get back to business. To defeat the Brits. Oh, we can get a shield real quick as well. Oh, there's the wand. See how it feels now. Ice, mana regen. I don't remember what overcharge was. Oh, this one holds a chance to amplify its damage output. Attacks deal bonus damage up to the overcharge percentage. A chance to overcharge? Wait, is that a 10% chance to deal extra 10% damage, or you just always deal up to an extra 10% damage. Staff, common. Okay, we're going to craft this and this. And we're going to equip shield here. And put our little wand here. Cool. Alright. What else needs to be built in the base? Bed. We need string, plant fiber. We just need to go collect a bunch of twigs and stuff. We need some storage, of course. We need an axe. Wait, can we make an axe right now? We can. Good. And the axe can go right here. No, I lied. The axe can go here. This can go here. Is there a D-ing in this game? Can't remember that either. Oh, right. This is like pretty low range on these wands. Okay, we need a lot of plant fiber right now, so let's go pick a bunch of bushes. We need to make a bunch of string, etc. Then we'll probably need some wood. Get all the basics. Get all the, like, our starter gear. Actually, we have most of our starter gear already. So this game's performance optimization still isn't too up to snuff yet. I'm like 50 FPS right now. Something they'll need to work on in the future, but it's workable right now. We can deal. Still have to go to where those rats kicked our ass, too. Yes. Rats. Oh good, it's almost nighttime as well. Okay. So we should be able to make... What do we need for this? Shroud wood. Oh boy. The rake. We need a bunch of string. Manual crafting string. I think I used too much plant fiber. Have to go down there. Bet there's a fucking berry bush. I don't need berries, I need twigs. Twigs and berries. I can't see shit, dude. God, it's so fucking dark at night. It's crazy. I love it too. It really is very dark. Makes the like glowy shroud areas really pop out, which I guess is, you know, kind of the point. Plant fiber. Plant fiber. Getting up there. In a way, we took all the bushes near our base out. I mean, they regrow, but isn't there a way to make like a light around you? I think there was. So you don't have to hold a torch at night. Could be wrong. Our stamina runs out so fast. Get a lantern eventually. Okay, so yeah, there was something. Alright, cool. So we make bed. Oh, you need a mattress on a bed now. Interesting. I don't remember that being the case before. How peculiar. How realistic. Even. Heard wooden bed. So we have to put the mattress on the bed. Or is the mattress? Or did it automatically combine? Oh, it combined, okay. Oh, that's right, you can speed up nighttime by resting. You're playing too much once you can't remember. You are evil. We need to food up real quick again, too. There we go. Alright, so bed's done. What else do we care about from this list? We need to make a rake. For farming eventually. This is comfort stuff, which is not a bad thing to have. Firefly lamp. Torches and stuff. Resin. I'm going to make this little chair. Wait, no. Benches. Do I have like a table we can make? There it is. We need wood logs, so we gotta go choppa choppa. This is all decorative stuff. +1 comfort, +2 comfort. Let's make this. This is all decorative. I don't think there's any comfort benefit to these. Nope, it's just the ones that are literally listed as comfort. Cool. Okay, so we're gonna make, well, this looks different. Okay. That looks a little different. Oh, we gotta make some chests, too. To store things in. Okay. And then where's that firefly lamp we made? Let's put that here too. Cozy. Super cozy. I should have like comfort level 9, yeah. I don't know what the highest you can get is, but okay, next thing we want to make is actually last thing I think we want to make for now is just some storage chests, and then we run out adventuring, right? Because we've made all the basics that we need. We got the workbench, we got some of this. Could use like a lockpick. Metal scraps are a little hard to come by at the beginning if I remember correctly. You can start destroying jars and stuff, but yeah, we got all our armor, weapons. Yeah, so we just need some storage real quick, which means we need string, of course. Cool. Let's put whatever in here for now. A lot of storage. Shift click, there we go. But it'll do. It'll do. We probably need one more already, to be honest. Take health potions with us. Bones, wax, shroud spores, torn cloth. Yeah, I'll need one more. Just which means we need some more twigs real quick. Probably some respawns around here already. Are there any errors with this update? I don't think so. I haven't played since like launch though, so I'm not sure if since then there's been, but I don't think they've added a new major biome yet or anything. I believe. They added difficulties now. I think they've added some like a couple of like sub-zones last update. They added the second zone? Well, there already is a second zone, right? Like you're able to explore the bottom half of the map before. I don't know if they added, like, you're able to do like this forest major biome, which has a ton of sub biomes, and then you're able to go into the desert as well in the bottom right. I don't know if they've added anything beyond that though.